What's up, everybody? This is the Facebook Marketplace Training. This is Matthew Zivkovic, CEO of LeadSmart. If you're watching this video, you most likely are a registered affiliate with LeadSmart. So you should have your tracking number in your dashboard set up. If you don't, please message me. Also, we just really moved a ton of our offers onto Ringba. So if you're on LeadSmart, you're an active affiliate, and you're not with us also on our Ringba platform, please message me and I'll make sure you get registered there. So let's get started. So Facebook Marketplace Training. So we're going to go over the opportunity. I'm going to share with you the money that I've made in-house. This used to be an in-house machine that I ran with employees, and then about a year ago we stopped and we taught a few affiliates, and now I'm going to teach all my affiliates. I'm going to show you results of some of the active affiliates are doing it now. I'm going to break down the strategy of how we're going to I don't say game, but play the game with Facebook, because Marketplace is meant for products, but we're posting services. How does that all work, and how do we turn that into money? I'm going to show you how to post so your posts don't get flagged and your accounts don't get banned and you get the most views and replies. And then I'm going to show you how to reply to elicit the people to call us. And I'm going to show you how to optimize. So some categories we had a crazy amount of volume, but maybe have a smaller payout, and others will have higher payouts. So if we're targeting certain zips for certain services, they might get a higher payout. So there's a balance between those two. And then finally, I'm going to show you how to scale. So after we see how much money you can make with just one Facebook account, I'm going to show you the opportunity and what it takes to scale up. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so the opportunity. So the opportunity is to make money from anywhere in the world using Facebook Marketplace and LeadSmart's pay-per-call affiliate program. You're going to be able to pick from 40 plus high converting services that you can promote nationwide. Plus there's a pool of hundreds of other unknown monetized categories that LeadSmart has, but we don't know how well they'll work or not work on Marketplace. There's huge opportunity there. Most people will be able to average between $30 to $50 per account per day, per Facebook account per day. And scaling up requires a little more effort, a lot more effort, but the payoff is much greater. But, for greater gains comes greater losses. All right, so first, I want to show results. And I'm going to send everyone along with this video. You'll get a copy of this PDF so you can look closer in on these pictures. But let me show you an actual affiliate of mine. One of my longtime affiliates, Alec, and Alec does a lot of different things. So this specific account is just for his Facebook Marketplace, and you'll see here he's doing AC, 18 bucks, 61 cents, and sometimes we get hit with some low-paying areas. It just happens. It's usually in these non-metro areas, like out in the rural areas. But 16, 15, 16. Here's a $20 one, and if you look here, how much he's making per day. 18, 16, so that's about a little under 50 bucks on the 10th, on the 9th, 25, 35 on the 8th, looks like 16 plus 16 plus 9, it's 41 plus 42, so 41, 43, so 43 plus 19, so 62 on that day. So there's money to be made here, and I'm going to show you as well. I had let me rewind a little bit and tell you kind of my history with this and with Facebook. About a year ago, November of 2019, I shut down the in-house lead gen program with Facebook Marketplace. I had 2 full-time employees plus a part-time employee plus my wife and plus myself all working on it. We were pulling in roughly about $1,000 per day in revenue. Now, there's a caveat to that. Back then, and this wasn't November when we shut it down. Obviously, by the time we shut it down, it was becoming more of a headache and a loss at that point. But at its peak, maybe in June, July, August of 19, that's what we were doing really good numbers with. Peaked out about $1,000 a day. But at that time, we were able just to collect the consumer's information from Facebook. Like, they would respond, I'm interested, and we would say, okay, great, if you'd like a quote for a new furnace, if you can just give me your phone number, your zip code, I'll have the HVAC technician call you. And what a surprising thing was, about 40%, 35 to 40% of the people that we would interact with would give us their information. And we were able to then post that information into our network. Okay, and unfortunately, with all the lawsuits with TCPA, that style of posting leads is done and gone with. The consumer has to fill out a form, and most important, like a trusted form, like an active form or a Journia that captures that instance of them filling it out, because there are things called professional plaintiffs, and all the networks, including LeadSmart, are being sued left and right by these professional plaintiffs. So while we were making $1,000 a day, it was with posting form leads from Facebook. So now that's changed. You can only ask them to call in. They must be inbound calls. That drops it down to more of a 20%, 25% response rate. But still, there's great money to be made there. So I wanted to go over that main point, because you're going to come across so many people that are like, oh, just have them call me. And you're going to ask, what can I do with this lead? Nothing. What you could potentially do is create a website with a form that I can provide for you, that if you're a LeadSmart affiliate, you should already have your forms, and then just say, hey, if they don't want to call, you can say, hey, you can get an online quote right now, just please visit this link and fill out the form. We've tested that out, and some people do it. So there is that potential. Okay, but the results are great here. I mean, in terms of one account, you can easily do $30, $50, $60. I think even more if you put more time and effort. Alex got a lot of different things going on, so I'm not sure how much time he's really putting into it. Okay, moving on. The strategy. So marketplace is meant for products, not services. LeadSmart buys service, repair, and installation calls. But there are millions of people who are still looking for services on marketplace. So what we do is we post items that will need to have a professional install them, like furnaces, ACs, water heaters, gutters, and other things like that, fences, decks. And then we're really specific in our ads what we say. So let me actually bring down in my Facebook account here, and you'll see even here this morning. So we spent a grand total of 1 hour posting ads. I had the high schooler who comes in, works part-time for me, post ads just for the sake of this or yesterday's webinar, and we've been getting a crazy amount of responses. I mean, we're not even doing this. I mean, look how many responses. This is all today. Yeah, this is all just today. Look at this. So this is from 8:30, and all we're saying, details please. Hi, can you call blah blah blah? We'll get your free quote, and that's all we're responding with that. Not really. I'm at work. Blah blah blah. And there's just tons of these people all responding. Look at that. And we can even go back. This is just from an hour's worth of posting, which is just crazy. So if you go all the way back, we had some, I think, you know what, I'll take that back. Let's say an hour and a half, because we did some posts on Saturday as well, just to get things kicking off. And then we did more posts on the 10th, the evening of the 10th, so on the 11th when I did the webinar. And if you were on the webinar, you saw I was getting live responses as we were going. So this is crazy. So this is awesome. Anywho, let's get back to the presentation. So the strategy includes picking from all of these different, zoom in this. So we've got all of these different, I can share this list with you. This is just from just home service. So asphalt paving, attic fan, attics, awnings, bathtub repair, bathroom refinishing. There's just so much. Brick pavers, cabinet doors. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Ceiling fans. It goes on and on. And this is just, now we're talking for home services. We also have, we're doing this for sorry, I had to pause the video there. So we're doing this for other categories outside of home services, and we're testing all the time. Like we just found tires is like blowing up. And I'm signing up tire dealers and trying to get a national contract with NTB. It's just crazy, and there's so many things. So there's so much to explore. What we've really found is and I'll share the list. There's like 40 things that really work well. But fences, decks, gutters, chimney, driveway ceiling. Water heaters, tankless water heaters, electric furnaces, gas furnaces. Let's see if I'm missing anything else from that. But that's maybe like my top 10. I can share with you my whole list of what we're really hitting for. But I'm telling you, you got to try a bunch of different things. The key thing is when you post, make sure it's something that the consumer is going to need a real professional to do. And then also in your post, and I'm going to show you, if you're not straight up saying I'm selling an attic fan or I'm selling a furnace, you're saying you're utilizing that item to get the ad live on Facebook Marketplace. So we'll go into that. So how to post, we're going to use original picture, and we're going to use snippet tool to get original pictures, and you're going to use your phone. So, and you're going to use Yelp. So that's another thing that I want to put on here, Yelp. So here's what happens with Facebook. Success, like anything, leaves clues. So if you see how other people are getting service ads to stay live, you can find out how you'll get your ads live. So a lot of people have said it plenty of times, like, oh, I'm having trouble getting my ads to go live on Facebook. So how for services, how do I do it? So really simple. So let's bring back my Facebook account. All right, here's my Facebook account. Let's go to Marketplace. Let me look at all these. It's just, and if we were to continue to post on this, it would just be nonstop. And there's a way, and we're going to go over that right now, how you turn your ads over. You keep the messages rolling. You keep that, already today, since 8 o'clock, there's been 20 messages. So we're going to easily get 100 messages today without doing anything. If I churn some of my ads, I can make that even more. So, okay, so let's success leaves clues. So let's look for electrician. That is a straight service, and people sometimes have a hard time getting those ads to stay live. But if you see, okay, this guy in Los Angeles got this electrician ad, and what did he do? He took a picture of a breaker box, okay, with his cell phone. So you can do that, and what happens in this, you don't want to use stock photos. So you don't want to be using just like photos you're getting off Google. The more original the photo is, the better in terms of how Facebook's algorithm works. So what I would also recommend is just searching. So Yelp, let's say electrician images, and then watch. So 17 photos, 97 reviews, 12 photos, 21 photos. And then we should be able to find some pictures that have been taken. Look at that. Boom. I mean, not the best picture. Do a little more searching. You'll find something like maybe a little more attractive. But it doesn't matter. It's an electrician. And what you're trying to do is get a service ad live onto Facebook. Okay? And you're going to utilize certain items like electric panels or furnaces. Okay? And then look at his licensed electrician. Give me a call at hidden, because Facebook's not going to allow you to put your number in there, so don't even bother. I can help with any electrical need, residential or commercial. This is a great ad. Like for an affiliate, this is a perfect ad. This will get you highly interested customers. When they respond, you just say, sure, to get a quote, just give me a call, boom, boom, boom. And we have a private offer electrician that I think pays up to $30 to affiliates, but I think average pays, you're going to see around 15 to 20 bucks per call. So you don't need many of those calls where the money starts stacking up. Okay, so let me back to how we post. Okay, so price, you cannot use a real price. You must use 111 or 2222, some fake number. You can also experiment with 1 through 9, because we find something with the algorithm or something, you get a lot more views. But you got to remember, there's a lot of stupid people out there in Facebook land, and they will believe that you're selling like gutters for $1 or furnace for $1. So it's very important that you're protecting the house. This method could go away if we abuse it. So if people are posting, real prices, or what seem to be real prices, and then these consumers are thinking that's what it is, or they're thinking it's $1, and they're getting through to our buyers, it can cause a lot of problems. So it's really, really important. Let's see how this guy did his price. $50. So see, I wouldn't want you to do that, because someone might think that, oh, that's what it is $50. Do $5, something, and then it's important when you can, talk to them that the price you're just putting there is meaningless. You're just this is just free quotes. And some people will be pissed off. It's really important. We'll talk about that later on how to respond, is that you don't let these people get pissed off. You want to keep your profile in good standing. All right. So, and in terms of SEO element, so title's the main SEO element, but also what you put within the title is important. So let me illustrate that. So he has the title here. So when I searched electrician, he showed up because it's in the title. That's a simple, metadata SEO, not even, SEO, but just in terms of how the Facebook's working. Also, you can get some weight in here. So if you have some different, electrical panels, lighting installation, switches, outlets, stuff like that. I have been told by some other experienced affiliates that if you use the word service, it might get your ad flagged. So you'll have to experiment with some things like that. But what you'll be able to, and then also a snippet tool. So the snippet tool is, let me pull it up. So this is a snippet tool. Everyone has it. It's on their computer. Just search for snippet tool and then pin it to your thing. And what this is going to allow you to do is when you take pictures from the web, I don't like to take them straight up because they have the same dimensions of wherever I'm stealing them, and then stealing them, borrowing them. I mean, this is free, public. So when we take these pictures, if we use a snippet tool, I can make a new picture out of it essentially because now the dimensions are changed. Right? And now I have a new picture to use. Especially if you're going to use a picture that's already being used in Facebook. But Yelp's got so many pictures, just use pictures from Yelp. Okay, so let's actually create a new listing. We'll go through this. It's going to be an item for sale, even though we're doing a service. All right, we're going to add a photo. All right, my picture of gutters. Title is going to be... new gutters and gutter cleaning. And we'll test out, and I'm going to put free quote on it. You can test out if words like free quote or cleaning get you in trouble. You're going to have to really see what works. There's no cost to post on Facebook. We'll also go over how much you're going to post and how many and kind of your best practices and how to determine. So price. So again, if I put free, a lot of people are going to think these are some free gutters that they're getting, and you have to make sure they don't. So I would be with this picture and free. So what I'm going to do on this one is just going to put ones. Category. Sometimes you'll find a category that fits. I think tools and home improvement, building supply and hardware. Roofing supplies, other roofing supplies. Conditions, new. Brand, leave blank. Description. And now description is going to be free estimate on all new gutters and gutters, gutter guards, and gutter cleaning. Me. So that's something else I'm trying. Message me for my numbers. Sometimes message me for more details. You got to test it out. Product tags, I don't know what this is, but we're going to use gutter cleaning. Again, I've been out of the game on this for a while, and we just recently started posting some ads again just to get some evidence of how it still works. And I already know since my affiliates are doing well with it, that it works, but this is new to me. Product tags, okay. And then location. I've got this in Chicago. We're gonna go right now. Actually, Chicago's fine for me. I'm gonna put it in the suburbs though. Let's go Arlington. Spell. Arlington Heights, Illinois. All right, beautiful. So we are set. So next. I have a bunch of groups. This would be a whole nother chapter, a whole nother training, but for group posting. I don't right now. I'll save this for another time, but I'm not going to cross post. You absolutely could. We'll talk about that in another video. So let's go ahead and post straight to Marketplace. Congratulations. Okay, so what normally happens is the listing goes under review. Where is the listing? Ever since they switched to this new Facebook. All right, new gutters with install, free quotes. 11/12, that was yesterday. Oh, so look at that. So here it is, needs attention. It looks like you created a duplicate listing. Okay, awesome. So again, I haven't that's the second ad I've posted in a long time, personally. So the one I did yesterday for the meeting for the webinar was the exact same one right here. So they got it with the same picture. They're saying it's a duplicate listing. Okay, no big deal. What I normally do is I just delete these out of here. Okay, so anyways, doesn't want to show me delete. Moving on, but that's how we post. Now, how many ads do we post today, and what do we do? So Facebook, to remain looking natural, Facebook is going to see that you're getting listing views. That one had no messages. but you're getting listing views and you're getting replies. And when they sees you getting replies, like this one should have some replies. There we go. Look at that. So when it sees you getting replies, Facebook will start asking, have you sold this? And what we're finding and what we found before is we say, yes, we've sold it. We don't say specifically who we sold it to, but we say we've sold it, we mark it as sold, and then we'll repost the ad again. And then what ends up happening is that ad, like, for example, this particular backup generator for sale, this one has had, look at that, almost 1,700 listing views in 2 days. It's had a ton of replies. All right, we've got a bunch of calls from it. And eventually it's going to stop getting, right now it's fine. I'm not going to mark it as sold, but eventually it's going to say, it's going to stop getting replies and stop getting views. So I need to kind of play the game and mark it as sold, and then I can relist it exactly as it is. It should be fine. There shouldn't be any duplicate problem because we're marketing it sold and then we're relisting it, and then it should re-trigger in a bunch of replies and views again. So it's like kind of re-churning those ads over. You're also going to see some ads aren't going to perform well or as better as others. So this has only 100 listing views. The thing is with this, and this is where we come into optimization, roof repair pays out a lot more than generator. In fact, generator is one that we don't convert that high with, but we get a ton of volume. So, but roof repair, we convert very high and we pay out very high. Facebook doesn't give you as much love on it. But look, we've had 3 responses there, and you can potentially, I think, roofing, you can look $15 to $25 if you're in a private offer. Depending, Clifton, New Jersey. This is a great ad, even though it only had 3 responses in 6 days. It was a free ad to post. It took 15 seconds to post the ad. Okay, so that's what we're going to do in terms of churning ads. You're going to test things. We're just testing out Christmas lighting right now. We're seeing how that goes. It's not selling that way well into our network, but it seems to be some good volume. Chimney sweep is a new one that we just did. We had 1 person who responded so far, but I've seen that from an SEO standpoint be real seasonal and be crazy. It's same with Christmas light hanging, but there's snow removal. I mean, there's just so many things you can do. All right, so let's go back to, okay, how to reply. Okay, so getting people to call your tracking number is the #1 goal. Sometimes we ask them for more details about the project to get them invested in the conversation, then ask them to call. Mostly right now, what we've been doing lately in this experiment is just saying, hey, give us a call. Play dumb. When they start asking specifics, say, I'm sorry, I just posted an ad for the contractors. If you can give a call, they're going to be able to help you out. Now, if you happen to know something about like garage doors or furnaces, BTUs, stuff like that, you can talk to them, but you have to say, at the end of the day, I just post the ads for them on Facebook because they're too busy to do it. If you can give them a call at this number, they'll take care of you. And then angry people, okay? So really try to kiss their ass and say you're sorry, and so they don't make a negative mark on your seller profile. If not, just block them. I don't know if that stops them from being able to like mark you down on your seller profile, but do all your best. People can be like, oh, I wanted to buy those $4 gutters. This is a misleading ad. I've even just so sorry about that. I priced it wrong. I'm going to take down the ad. And people are like, okay, cool. Whatever you got to kiss their butt. Who cares? This is not, take no personality in it whatsoever. You're just hooking people up who are looking for roofers, plumbers, HVAC people with the actual, you're not doing anything wrong. How to optimize. So what we talked a little bit about volume versus payouts. There's a perfect example with focusing on roofing or electrician that might only get a few responses versus electric generator that a lot of responses just want to buy it and they don't realize what it entails. And then also it's a little harder for us to convert, but nevertheless, tons of volume there. And then again, some categories can produce huge amounts of leads. The payouts on the calls may not be the best, but the volume makes up for the lower pay. And then, like I said, targeting high-paying areas with private offers. If you're going to work Facebook Marketplace, you're going to do this, hit me up. Please let me direct you and show you how to really, what areas and what things to post with. All right, next, how to scale. So one Facebook account, like we said, $30 to $50. I think personally, if it was me and I had nothing else and that was the only way to make one account, I would pull in $100, $150, $200 a day. I would just be going nuts all day long. Posting ads, marking for sale, responding. I'd just be going nuts with it. But I mean, luckily, and everyone's in a different place in their business. I've got a big business to run, a big affiliate program to run, and tons of buyers. I really can't afford to sit there and do it. And in terms of scaling, why we stopped. So let's get into the nitty gritty here. Why did I stop? Why would I take something that peaked out at $1,000 a day? Probably when I shut it down was making maybe still $400 a day, but my expenses for the 3 workers, 4 workers, whatever, was just not worth it to do all that. We could be working on something more meaningful. So what happened was acquiring more real Facebook accounts became a challenge. So using your own Facebook account is going to get you the absolute best results, because Facebook's algorithm sees if you're a real person or not. If you're a real person, you're actively on Facebook, liking things, commenting, doing whatever. When you go to Marketplace, there's no problem. When you start buying accounts, taking them over, and then going immediately posting on Facebook, there becomes issues, and your accounts become lose Marketplace. And these accounts aren't terribly expensive, but getting them set up and getting them cured takes time, energy, and effort. So how do you get more Facebook accounts? I have a list for you. So you have to be careful. Some of these accounts you buy potentially could be hacked. I can't confirm that for sure, but my thoughts are that some of the accounts I'm buying, even though I asked the supplier, are these fake accounts that you're making and selling, or these are hacked? They'll never tell you they're hacked accounts, but if you look at them, they seem that they potentially be hacked accounts, or farmed. So like where they grew these accounts, or you can grow your own accounts. I would prefer going with farmed accounts, or growing your own accounts. With growing your own accounts, you can't get Marketplace right away. If you start a new Facebook account today, you will not have Marketplace on it. If you start being active on there, gaining friends, just doing normal Facebook stuff, maybe like 10 minutes a day, you should see Marketplace show up anywhere between 1 to 3 months. Okay. In terms of buying them, there's a thing called curing. Whether you cure them, you build them and cure them, or you buy them and cure them. If you buy them, there's a process you're going to go through. The sellers are really helpful. I have 3 different sellers that I go to. There's plenty more. You can just do a Google search, but I'll send you the 3 that I use on Skype. I'll share their contacts. When you buy them, there's a process that you either use cookies or 2FA. It's a little complex. Once you learn it and do it, you'll feel like a hacker. But it's stupid. It's just using a Google Chrome extension called 2FA. You get this 2FA code that like helps circumvent and creates a verification when you log in to Facebook. And it's nothing really nefarious. You can create a 2FA code to give to somebody else to get into your account. So in any case, it's a safe way of getting into a Facebook account. Once you get into these accounts, you can't just go right away and post on Marketplace. There's a big chance you'll lose those accounts. You need to cure them. So you need to do the same thing you would do if you're farming, but just for a less time frame, since they already have Marketplace. You just need to stay active on them for about 2 weeks, and then you can start posting on Marketplace 1, 2 ads a day. And then once you start getting views and replies, you can then go to a higher post amount. And we'll, at the end here, there were Q&As from the webinar I'll just wrap up with to hopefully get some of your questions answered that I'm sure you have. And then when you do scale up, you have 2 options. You can use what's called like multi-login. It's an awesome app that gives you like multiple browsers that you can then have different proxies to. So what that means is essentially your proxy, and most of you guys and girls probably know this, but for the ones who don't, your IP address is your location of your access to the internet. If you want to if you use proxies, you can enter the internet from different locations of the world. So multi-login creates the infrastructure of making these different browsers, and then you can buy proxies from different proxy places and then put them in those browsers. So then when you interact with your Facebook account through multi-login, you'll assign a browser profile and a proxy, and then you can literally have, depending on the speed of your computer, you can have 50, 100 browsers open at once, and each one of them is a logged in Facebook account that's accessing Facebook from a different point in America, which is really cool. And we originally did this when we were massive Craigslist spammers. We had hundreds of, I think 2,000 Craigslist accounts, and we posted this a crazy amount of ads on Craigslist. So that ended. Craigslist is totally out of the question. Just so anyone's hearing that with Craigslist, you cannot use Craigslist on LeadSmart's network, or pretty much any network out there will accept Craigslist. If you are Craigslist, if you want to do anything with Craigslist, you need to basically get your own direct clients and have them, then send them leads from Craigslist. Craigslist is an awesome place. I just used and abused it too hard, and now no one can use it. So let's not do the same thing with Marketplace. I think there's a little bit more scalability with Marketplace than I think with Craigslist. Craigslist has a limited audience. I think Facebook has a much bigger audience, and I think there's going to be more longevity with Marketplace. But in any event, when you go to scale, if you get to the point of scaling, obviously I'm going to help you scale up, unless you're like a couple of my guys who are listening to this already know how to do this. One thing I will say is that towards the end, we realized that you can have about 10, maybe 15 Facebook accounts on your house IP. Google really trusts your real residential IPs, and it's not unnormal to have 10 or 15 people on one IP have a Facebook account. So meaning that you can have all these Facebook accounts all on one computer on your home internet without having to do any of this proxy stuff. So that's in terms of when we get to scaling. And what I would suggest, your kind of SOP for this would be start with one account and make a few dollars and prove concept for yourself. Obviously, this works. We can go right here to my messages, right? And we can just see how many freaking messages I have. I didn't do anything that I'm not showing you here. Other than Backup Generator gets a ton. And that's a perfect example. Backup Generator gets a ton, and it's just a little harder to convert. So, but again, we didn't even do much HVAC. I'd be pounding HVAC. I'd be pounding water heaters. I would be doing a bunch of electrician, roofers, painters, pest control, just because those things seem to convert really, really high and really quick. So what I would first do is proof of concept. Get your ads up, get some replies, be like, okay, holy shit, it works. Now let's figure out what I can do with one account, and now let's scale to 2 accounts, 3 accounts, 4 accounts, and get it figured out. What I would say for the true scale is that you would do something with a VA. So if you use a VA and they're out of the country, then you're going to need to use multi-login and proxies. You have no way of getting around that unless you do maybe a team viewer into your home computer, set up like a laptop for them and a team viewer into that. And then use multi-login for there, and just trying to think what you can do. But a VA should be able to manage easily 20 to 30 Facebook accounts. And what they would be doing all day long is posting and replying, posting and replying, posting and replying. And you can find plenty on Upwork that will do this for $6-7 an hour. Not a complex job, and there's plenty of people who happily do it. So, but first, get one account up, get it working, make some money, then start sourcing some new accounts and start looking to scale this up. So let's go over some questions that came on from during the webinar. So a couple questions. Let me pause this real quick. Okay, so here's the questions. Can't we buy ads for Facebook Marketplace from David Hong? Absolutely. In Facebook, in the Facebook Ads Manager, you can choose a destination for your ads to populate into Marketplace. I'm not a Facebook ads expert whatsoever. I do pay out a lot of affiliates who do a lot of Facebook ad marketing, and they make a lot of money. So I'm sure you can figure out how to get your Marketplace in there. That's a great gold vein to look through. Are you doing this under fake Facebook accounts? How do we acquire accounts without getting banned? Okay, so like I said, use a real Facebook account for best results. If you don't want your friends and family to see that you're posting, just go to your settings and make all of your posts private while you're posting Marketplace. Then if you want to post something on Facebook, like your Trump or Biden meme of choice, then you can unprivatize your account and go back to posting. But some people don't give a shit. A few of your closest friends and family see you're posting for an electrician. Who cares? You're doing internet marketing. Piss off. How many ads do you say you can max out? So how many ads a day can you max out an account? So you can post, I think the limit is, you have to check, it's a crazy amount. I think they allow you like 1,200 ads or something. So you can go nuts. The thing is, what you'll find is that if you post too many ads, the potency of the ads goes way down. The amount of views, the amount of replies, all of that starts plummeting. So there's this balance. My one Alec, who I told you, who showed in the beginning, his strategy is 3 live ads at a time, and he churns those ads over. Gets replies, marks as sold, reposts, boom, 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 boom. I don't necessarily follow that, but you got to figure your kind of your own stroke. We recently on the test account, we have probably 20 live ads right now, and they're all getting, not all, but they're getting views. What I would do to churn my account is go through the ads that aren't getting views or replies, get rid of them, and the ads that are, keep them. But I'd also search on Facebook on another account to see if the ads are still placing. So you can't do it with your own account that you're posting from. So you'll need to go to another Facebook account, go to that city in Marketplace, and search for your ad based on the keyword. If it's still showing, even though you're not getting views or replies, I a lot of times leave it because I'm getting the placement that I want. If after another few days it's done nothing, maybe I churn that ad over. Maybe that particular city and that service just doesn't have the inventory or the demand. So do some testing, but always mark as sold. You can delete ads too if they do nothing, but you really want to churn your ads over and over to really keep that money going. Okay, how many man hours for the $1,000 a day? So at that time we had 2 full-time people plus 2 part-time people and myself. It was a big effort. It was working really well. Obviously, when it's $1,000 a day, but by the time it ended, we weren't making that amount, and it was just better for me to take my team and go elsewhere with that. And remember, at the time too, we weren't pushing phone calls. We were posting leads. We're getting people to give us their information and then posting it, which we're unable to do anymore, which is unfortunate because people just, at a double the rate will give you their information rather than other than call, versus calling. So. Okay, so SERP Farm, I'll get into that at the end. For the live people, I showed a couple little extra snippets that I'm not going to share here. So if you saw the live one, you got to see some snippets of my websites, which is going to be the next, I think in 2 weeks, I'm going to have the next training for mass page websites and how we do all that. So, okay, if you take pictures on your phone, can you recycle those same pictures? If they're your own, taken from your phone. Okay, so yeah, so what we just witnessed in me, it doesn't matter if you use the same picture on the same ad, they're going to mark it as duplicate. But what you can do is, when you post that picture, before you hit post, simply just edit the size of the picture in Facebook. That was the way of us getting around before. So we could take that same picture, post it to Facebook Marketplace. Before you hit post, you can edit the size of that picture, crop it, and then Facebook will look at it as different. If that doesn't work, you'll get a duplicate ad message. So it's not like a terrible thing. The ad just doesn't go live. Again, here's my Skype. If we focus on a specific niche, can LeadSmart configure the answer to be more related? For sure. So if you're doing gutters and you want to you have us answer like gutter pros or gutter services, absolutely. Let me make sure. All right, so that is about it. The best thing would be to do, if you're going to do this, is just get started, post an ad on Marketplace. Do it for furnaces, do it for, if you need any help, you need any ad copy. I've got so many of it. Again, here is a look at some of the ads that we have. Let's see here, insulation. See, okay, so these aren't good to look at. I had a kid, he's 17, he's a genius kid, 4.5 GPA, super smart, but he still gets things wrong. Insulation materials. No. We don't do materials. And this is a good thing I saw. We have to push for services. So don't do insulation materials. I would do like blow-in insulation because guess what? You only get blow-in insulation blown in by a professional. So that's how that ad should be. So that's a good one not to. Furnaces for sale, decent. Let's see what the actual ad looks like. See details. Okay, get a new furnace installed before winter. Message me for a free estimate while the weather is still nice. Perfect ad. So this is really a good ad, and it's not a stock photo. Everything looks great here. So this is a great ad. And just remember, success leaves clues. So like landscaping. I haven't really done much landscaping, but you'll see here all these guys are posting landscaping. And why would they be posting this? Because it works and it gets them business. And the beautiful part about us at pay-per-call marketing is we don't have to deal with customers, right? We can post these ads, get the calls to the landscapers, in my network, or even if you're working for another company, I don't care. And it's just such a cool thing. They deal with the customers, they got to deal with all that stuff, and we just get to make money on the transaction, on just the phone call coming in. Whether, even if it books a job or not our problem. So again, this works phenomenally. Can it replace your day job? It's up to you. Depends on you. If I was put to a challenge where this is the only way I can make money, yeah, I'd be killing in this. I would be scale up, and I would be freaking, I don't want to say spamming, but basically, yeah, I'd be a plague all over Marketplace and just posting so many ads. Get so many Facebook accounts. Why am I not doing it? Because luckily I have a really strong 1,000+ affiliate network, and my job really is to figure out ways to make money online, teach you guys and girls, and then also try to get the highest paying buyers possible so that we can maximize that effort. And with that said, is the next training that's going to come up is going to be on building mass pages. So we have City Page Pro, which is the software I built. We have SERP Farm, which is software that I use and love, and I'm happy to work all of these material. These both show everything I've ever done with City Page Pro, with SERP Farm, with SERP Shaker, in internet marketing. I mean, I've booked millions of dollars in earnings as an affiliate, essentially as an affiliate, doing this. So does it work as good as it did 7-8 years ago? Absolutely not. Can you still make a living doing it? Certainly. I'm probably doing $250 to $300 a day only from my SEO stuff, but it could be a lot more. I basically have one outsourced VA who works on it full time, and I'm in a profit with them. My weekly cost is $250 a week for him, and I'm making $250 a day from all the sites that he built. So, but it's a lot of sites. So that is going to be the next training. We'll wrap this Facebook Marketplace training up. Please hit me up on Skype if you're going to start this. And I want to help you make money. That's all I really care about right now, is getting my affiliates to make more and more money. So I put my word on it. If you do this, you'll make money. And hold me true to it. I'm on Skype. I'm there to help you. And thank you so much. Look forward to working with everybody. All right. Bye-bye.